as a country, as a state, as this community that we live in. And we thank you for the three parts of our community that make it up. And thank you for our school system. Thank you for all the people that make it the great school system that it is. And now, Lord, as we make decisions as a board, I pray you give us wisdom in doing so. I ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Crouch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, item 3. Does anyone, President, have a comment regarding any item on tonight's agenda? This is the only opportunity for public comment. And since nobody's rushing the thing, we'll go on to minutes, including executive session certification.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cunningham.
I make a motion to approve the minutes, including the executive session certification we presented, sir.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Minutes, including executive session, motion made by Chris Cunningham, seconded by Jared Richards. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Okay. 5, recommendation to approve 23-24 property and casualty insurance. Jill?
Yes, I have placed the information for the property and casualty insurance with Insurance Management Group, and I recommend approval.
What's the board?
Mr. President,
Crouch.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the 23-24 property and casualty insurance as Jill has presented it to us.
Okay.
I'll second.
That's Conrad. Okay, item 5, motion to approve 23-24 property tax casualty insurance. Motion made by Mike Kraus, second by Conrad Herrera. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any?
Aye.
Motion carried. 6, recommendation for approval of 23-24 reopening plan.
Yes, the Indiana Department of Education has required that we submit our COVID reopening plan. If you remember last year, we submitted it as well last year, but we essentially moved to pre-COVID status as far as all of our health areas are concerned. We have just essentially updated that document to reflect the dates, the new year, and we will submit that pending your approval. So we do recommend approval of the 23-24 reopening plan. I believe this is the last year that they'll ask us to do this.
Okay, pleasure.
Mr. President,
Mr. Herrera.
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation to approve 2023-2024 reopening plan as presented.
Second.
Crouch. Everybody's in a hurry. Okay. The motion is we approve the recommendation to approve the 23-24 reopening plan. Motion made by Conrad, second by Mike Kraus. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Aye.
Denny, you got no face. All you see is the Tennessee moon up there.
All you need to see.
Okay. Personnel, Mr. Clark.
Mr. President, we have the following personnel items for your consideration this evening. The following people have resigned. Ethan Stevenson as computer lab teacher at Northview Elementary School effective immediately. Kerrigan Bowie as the alternative ed assistant teacher at Westview Elementary effective immediately. Misty Bennett as a paraprofessional at RJ Basket Middle School effective immediately. Amber Cheney as English teacher at Mississinawa High School effective immediately. James Reed as department chair and special education teacher at Mississinawa High School effective immediately. Teresa Clevenger is retiring as the cafeteria manager at Westview Elementary School effective July 31st, 2023. Mindy Hornbuckle to voluntary transfer from paraprofessional at RJ Basket Middle School to an intervention paraprofessional at Mississinawa High School effective for the 23-24 school year. Becky Fritchman to voluntarily transfer from paraprofessional position at Westview Elementary to a paraprofessional position at RJ Basket Middle School. The following people are to be hired: Lenny Peters as the Indian Academy teacher at Mississinawa High School, effective immediately. Alexis Cruzan as the head coach of the 6th grade volleyball team at RJ Basket, effective immediately. Miranda Leonard as the fine arts teacher at Westview Elementary School, effective for the 23-24 school year. Ryan Skull as the Indian Academy teacher at RJ Basket Middle School, effective for the 23-24 school year. We would recommend approval of these personnel items as presented.
Okay, what's the board's question?
Mr. President,
Mr. Richards.
make a motion for the personnel to approve the personnel items as presented.
Need a second.
I'll second.
Mr. Herrera. Okay, personnel, motion made by Director Richards, seconded by Conrad Herrera. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Denny,
Aye.
motion carries. We move on to facility reports. Who's handling this one?
I have three things. We're starting the ceiling in the parking lots. We started in Westview. So that just started last week. Then in the high school, we're tearing out the shrubs out there in the front and doing some work in the ditch. And we cleaned up around the pond at Westview. So then the Northview 4 classrooms, starting already. We're really going to start next week on these 4 classrooms, updating the ventilation like we've been doing, like I've been doing in the past with the classroom. Got rid of all the wall mount heat pumps. This is the last phase of those. The rest of them be the change here units in the classroom. And hopefully be next summer.
Steve said you got the wall out at the white building. You got the wall out the white building there, the
Yes, and the wall is out, and capped and finished, that's done, so we'll be starting on putting that artificial turf in on that concrete floor.
Okay.
And we had a power outage over the weekend, Saturday, we had a critter get in the substation there at the middle school. That substation by the middle school feeds Jonesboro. So, they had a critter in there and they did some damage once they went to ground. Did some damage, so they had to get that place probably repair.
that's the one they're gonna shut down, that's it, right? Aren't they gonna take that out of service?
That's the plan, supposedly that's gonna be out of service and I'm assuming they'll take everything out of there. And I don't know what to do with that property.
Be nice to get that. Any questions or comments?
When's the pathways getting started on it? Wes?
That is totally this week.
Okay.
Like resurfaced and a new little sidewalk to the new playground. So that's the Lord.
So I had a question, Ted, about power outage at Westview. Do we have a generator supply there?
Yes, I was
Okay.
in the process of taking that over Saturday. And I swung over by the substation to talk to them. And they said, well, we're back up. We have 1,600 customers have power now. So you may have power at Westview. So I went ahead and went on over to Westview. And sure enough, we had power. So I didn't have to break the generator up.
I learned something. I called him because I was out power. I thought, well, we got coolers, but he said Amanda set that up so you get an out notice right
Yes,
away.
but-
So
Yeah, whenever there's the temperature in the freezers, the coolers go up and power outage, I get a notice on my
Oh, that's
phone.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
anybody else? We don't require a motion or anything. So if they had questions or so we'll move on down to legislative updates.
No updates?
Oh, well, we're in trouble. We're gotta be careful.
That's a good thing. If they're not meeting, it's a
Good,
good thing.
well, you didn't have enough already through the legislative session?
Corporate sponsors and donations, grants. Mr. Quater.
Mr. President, we have the following donations for your consideration this evening. First Presbyterian Church of Grant County for boomerang backpacks in the amount of $1,050. The Gas City Moose Lodge for high school yearbook in the amount of $325. And then we had an anonymous donation for the boomerang backpacks at $20. We do recommend approval of these donations as presented.
Okay, what's the board's pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Richards?
make a motion, we accept these gracious gifts.
Need a
Second.
Oh, he's waiting on us.
Gotta be fast.
I know, I apologize. Corporate sponsored donation, motion made by Jared Hitch, second by Denny Smith. I did have one question, the yearbook thing, what's that about? I've not heard that, seen that before.
I don't know if that's an ad or just a donation
Oh, okay,
on top of an ad. I know they solicit those ads for the yearbooks. I don't know if that's something in addition to,
Another, I guess the other, Rich, another, what does a yearbook cost now?
$55.
Okay, because somebody asked me about that. I didn't know if he even still did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It
okay.
used to be if you ordered them by a deadline, it was this
Yeah,
much and you go
yeah,
a day or
yeah,
it's like $5.
they still do
more.
that.
Do they buy extras?
$5 or
Can they
$10.
still be bought or are they all?
I think they buy a few handful extras.
Okay, all right, so.
We look at it first, see if the picture's in.
No, let's move on. Okay, the motion made by Jared Richards and second by Denny Smith. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Okay, claims. This count.
Claims are in your packet presented, and they are $2,051,972.50. I recommend approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to approve claims as presented.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay, claims, motion made by Conrad Herrera, seconded by Jared Richards. So are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Danny?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Yeah. All right, 12, correspondence and other business, Mr. Quatter.
Our next board meeting will be held Monday, July 17th, 2023.
Wow. Okay, that's it?
I have one thing
Uh-oh.
I've placed at your
Yes.
seats, the budget calendar for 2024 budget. And so please pay particular attention to adoption of budget on October 9th.
These
We
needs to be
will need
there.
a quorum, yes. The budget workshop will be August the 21st.
Okay.
That's not the ending of the ISBA week, is it?
No, we tried to cover all that.
Okay.
All right. I think we had to.
I know.
Okay. So you don't need a motion or
I
anything?
do not.
You need, right? Okay, anybody else on the board? Since over, then you got anything you want to bring up or talk about?
No, I'm good.
I see we do have three, is there somebody
Yeah, I
else?
see Andy and Chad's face. I don't know who the third one is, but the
Yeah.
ladies are at a Women's in Excellence and Leadership Conference last night, tonight, and tomorrow.
Pete's off his chair.
Yeah. Do they have anything they want? Are they with us?
Who
No?
the ladies? No.
The ladies are not.
Not with us, they're,
I don't think so.
okay, all right. Then I go move to 13, adjournment.
So moved.
Chris,
Second.
Mike? Well, the old guy's good, isn't he, this day? Okay, motion adjourned made by Chris Kelly and second by Mike Crouch. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Denny?
Aye.
Motion, opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned. Ain't the record. Let's go through this.
Better do this.
They
that
wanna
way.